92.6 FM Radio Verulam. News of the churches today with Diana. Diana's here. Hi there, good morning.
Good morning, Phil, and to all our listeners here on Radio Verulam 92.6 FM. Wow, it is so exciting. I think one could take over a whole show with what's going on in the churches. If you think there are like over 3,000 people went to the Abbey over Christmas, anyway, let me just get on. Last time I was here, about a month ago, I mentioned New Year resolutions, and I suggested that this year you go to a service in the church in St Albans that you've never done before. And my husband and I have actually been to an 8 o'clock service now. We've never got out of bed that early on a Sunday morning, but we have now been to an 8 o'clock service in St Albans. Music, that is so big in St Albans. So many choirs. I know they've been mentioned on Radio Verulam this morning. But talking about music, this is my subtle lead-in to Marlborough Road Methodist Church, who, on a Tuesday, they are having organ recitals with light refreshment. So that's Marlborough Road Methodist Church, 12:30 on Tuesdays. Pop along there and you'll get a lovely recital and some light refreshments. Today is Wednesday, of course, and that's when St Peter's Church have their concerts. And today, at 1 o'clock, it's the turn of St Albans School Musicians. On to the Abbey. They don't have a concert this week, but next week, Saturday the 18th, at 5:30 in the evening, they've got an organ concert. If you're interested in that, go down to their information desk in the chapter house and pick up a musical events leaflet. Or, of course, you could just Google their website. Right, moving from music to stimulating the brain in another way. The churches together here in St Albans, they really get on well together. Actually, it's very impressive how all the churches work together here. They're holding a meeting at St Columba's College in King Harry Lane on Tuesday the 21st of February. That's in the evening, 8 o'clock. And they've got two bishops there. They've got the Church of England bishop, Bishop Alan Smith, and they've got the Roman Catholic bishop, Bishop John Sherrington. And the title, this is exciting and controversial, Christian Witness in a Modern World. And the talk will no doubt be followed by a lively discussion. Carrying on and stimulate the intellect before we push on to a bit of music. Also at the Abbey, I heard really good reports on Dr. Geoffrey John's talk on the subject of Mark's Gospel. I'm sorry to have missed that, and if you've missed that as well, don't worry. On Monday the 20th of February, if you'd like your grey matter stimulated, they've got a lecture in the Lady Chapel in the Cathedral on Dickens and Christianity, which of course is very topical, as it was his the anniversary of his birth yesterday, the 200th anniversary of the birth of Dickens yesterday. Anyway, if you want to get along to this, Dickens at the Cathedral, there's a £5 charge, and the lecture's being given by Professor Valentine Cunningham, a fellow of Corpus Christi College, Oxford. There is an interesting leaflet detailing all the courses on there, but as I say, if you want to get to Dickens and Christianity on Monday the 20th of Feb, 7:30, that's where you've got to get to. Get down and get a ticket, £5 charge. Right, now I'm going to move on today to Ashley Road Church. The clue is in the name, Ashley Road Church in Ashley Road. I don't normally give them a mention, so today I'm going to give them a really good plug and mention two things that caught my eye on their news sheet. They've got a creative writing group, and they'll be meeting on the 15th of this month, and the title is A Story from the Point of View of an Animal. That, of course, makes me think of Warhorse. I have now seen the film and read the book, not done the stage play yet. Right, sorry, back to Ashley Road Church. They also have a book discussion group, and the next book, this is brave, is The God's Delusion by Richard Dawkins, and that's going to be held at the church at 8 o'clock on Wednesday the 22nd of February. Very interesting. I haven't actually read the book, but heard about it. Right, all exciting stuff. Now moving on for younger listeners, or maybe one of your children or grandchildren. And there's something on at St Paul's Church. That's the one on Hatfield Road here in St Albans. And this Saturday, they've got the children's storyteller, Bob Hartman. And he's going to be there from 2 till 3 in the afternoon, giving an hour of entertainment, really telling stories. He's an expert at telling stories from the Bible. Tickets for that are priced at just £2, available on the day or from the church office, which seems to be open most of the time. They're down at St Paul's Church on the corner of Blandford Road and Hatfield Road. Children must be accompanied. I don't know if adults have to be accompanied, but children must be accompanied. And books will be available to purchase. And Bob will be happy to sign books after the event. The Vineyard Church. Flicks. This is something they've started and it's been going now for a year, I think, or so. It's an opportunity for retired people to share a meal and watch a film. And they do this on 4 Saturdays during the year. In fact, the whole of the Vineyard Church becomes a cinema for the day, and they screen a classic film. A free lunch is provided before the film, and in the interval, there's a dessert served. I don't know if that means someone coming round with a box of ice creams and choc ices, but worth popping along to find out about that one. That sounds really good. Anyway, what is the film? Here we are. The film they're showing. Oh, fantastic. Top Hat, starring Fred Astaire and Ginger Rogers. Well, I'm sure that even if you're partially sighted, I know we had a lovely interview this morning with the lady who does guide dogs for the blind. I think just people singing along to that, and they can just really enjoy that. Okay, Top Hat, and the date is Saturday the 25th. So that's down at the Vineyard Church. Give them a ring or Google them. Their website's very easy, of course. All the W's, thevineyardchurch.co.uk. Right, we've all been a bit St Albans-centric. Let's move for a moment to Harpenden and their High Street Methodist Church. Tomorrow, the 9th of February, at 12:15, they've got a shopper's lunch. They have got a few remaining tickets, last I heard, available from their church office during office hours, and the cost of that is £4. They're not, of course, the only church in the area that does lunches for the retired. I know that St Paul's does one once a month, and there are other churches too. So if that's something that would interest you, a good way of meeting up with local people and making friends, do pop into your local church. Right, back to probably the younger age group again. Well, I would say teenage 20s is probably appeals to, though I confess I have not been recently, so I don't know what it's like this time round. It's the Upper Room 2 Church. It meets on the first and third Mondays. So not a Sunday, it's a church, but it meets on a first and third Mondays of each month. The next one will therefore be the 20th of February. And so on Monday the 20th of February, the Upper Room 2 Church, it actually meets at St Alban and St Stephen's Catholic Church. That's the one on Beaconsfield Road. Their parish hall, 8 o'clock, Monday 20th of February. And the sermon, or message they call it on their website, is from a mother of 4, Louisa Grundy. Churches in St Albans regularly run courses on managing finances and marriage and parenting, and of course they do the Alpha courses. Many of those are currently running at the moment, and they tell you what it's like to be a Christian, and you can ask questions and things like that. But basically the information that Manjit and I are able to give you in this slot is just a taste of what's going on. Your local church will have more information, so do pop along and see what else is on at your local, and they'll normally have leaflets referring to other churches as well. Now, I'm only here once a month, so I do like to give a plug to the group called SHOTS, and that stands for St Albans Healing on the Streets. Here in St Albans, and welcome to St Albans if you're new and recently moved in, but here on a Saturday afternoon between 2 and 4, completely, bona fide, they well-known people, you'll find a small group of Christians willing to pray for people for healing in the name of Jesus, and they're on the post office side of St Peter Street, somewhere between the Nationwide Building Society and Ladbrokes. They're a lovely, genuine bunch, and they really would be thrilled to pray for you if that's what you would like. So do approach them. They'll be well badged up, and so you'll know you're getting someone who is part of the actual group.